When the children enter year 6, they still use the same methods that they have in year 5 for when they're dividing by a 1-digit number, so still using their bus stop. However, the children are also introduced to dividing by 2-digit numbers, so the example here being 12. When the children approach this type of question, they use a different method called long division. What we encourage the children to do is in the right-hand corner, create a factor bubble. So they'll use their knowledge of their 12 times tables to help them use repeated addition to then get to this answer. So the children start by creating their factor bubble in the right hand corner. We always encourage the children within their number bank or factor bubble to write times 1, times 2, times 5 and times 10 as their base, and then they're timesing all of these by 12. So 1 times would be 12, 2 times, so double 12 would be 24. We jump straight to 10 times because we know 1 times is 12, so then 10 times must be 120, and then they can go back to their times 5 by half in the 10. So half of 120 would be 60. Then the children are encouraged to look at their number bank and then look at their number and see how close they are. They want to make their number bank to get as close as possible to this number, so they can add more to their bank if needed. So in this case, we would do times 20, using our times 2 and timesing that by 10. We would get them to do times 50 to give them 600. And we would also encourage them to create times 100, which would give them 1,200 to get them as close as possible to this number without going over. So we'd get the children to start their repeated addition by writing the number that is closest to their value here, and then they would write what they're multiplying by in brackets, and then we're going to keep chunking with our repeated addition as we go. So looking at their number here, working out roughly how far away they are. So we can see that our next one, 600, we couldn't use because we'd go over. So then we go to our next one, 240, we would be able to use, and then put in our brackets in as well. It's really important that the children write their brackets as they go, because this will be what they need to work out their final answer. We'd then get them to use their column addition to add their numbers together, as shown in a previous video. And then we would look again at our number and work out roughly how many we're away. So if we're on 1,440 and we're trying to get to 1,464, we're only 24 away. So we need that final chunk here of 24. And then again, we're going to use our repeated addition in our columns to double check that that gets us to our final answer, which it does here. So you can see these now match. This isn't the final answer here, but actually their brackets, so how they've grouped it, they need to add their brackets back together. So 122 would be their final answer.